Mr. Man.
Right this way, gentlemen.
You got
Who
a
decorated
Oval Office
this?
safe room over there too.
I got a guy. Have a seat. We'll use the couch today.
All right, yeah, Carmine. Let's get comfortable on the sofa next to each other.
You like sea shanties? I've been listening to sea shanties recently.
Sea shanties like from fucking RuneScape?
Yeah,
like-
Heave-O.
Wait,
Count the
RuneScape?
sail. I don't know. I don't
Like
play
Black
RuneScape.
Flag? You ever play that?
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
Black Flag, like Pirates of the Caribbean.
You mind yelling that, Fred?
Best Assassin's Creed game by a mile, but it didn't age well.
No, it didn't. I'm surprised they never pushed the remaster. I would be on that. Like,
I hate remasters. I prefer remakes. Remasters are fucking a way to squeeze money out of people once again, running it back.
I'm glad Carmine's here. I'm sure he filled you in on the assignment I gave him.
Oh yeah, I did.
What did he tell you, Pred?
You didn't tell me anything.
He's full of shit. I literally told you like 40
Oh my
minutes ago about
fucking
the whole
God.
case he wants us to look. We need a
Oh,
code
he
name
didn't
for
tell
you,
me
by
a
the
This
way.
is crazy.
Nino, what's your favorite animal?
Why?
Internal reasons.
Look, have you told Pred? Because it sounds like you didn't tell Pred.
I have. He's being a fucking jackass. He knows.
No,
I don't
he
know why
didn't
he's
tell
doing
me.
this. I did tell him he's doing this to make me
Well,
look
actually,
bad.
Okay.
What are you getting out
what
of this,
did I
Fred?
what
What
did
are you
I
getting
tell
out
you
of
then, Carmine? Like, let's go ahead. Let's share with the
You
class.
told me to inquire on why the former sheriff, Jeffrey Bones, was made redundant and fired by his own department.
Well, thanks for telling me now.
Oh my God.
Lord have mercy.
Carmine, you need to get locked in, man.
You're a fucking weasel. Can I submit body cameras footage?
You see how far he's
No.
falling off there, Pred? He uses
I'm trying to
minus
help
ones
him.
as a crutch nowadays.
How about Eagle?
He's
Since
having
you are
ping
like the
withdrawals,
sitting...
Mayor.
I'm not having ping withdrawals. How about Bald Eagle? How about that? That's
What
gonna be a code name.
is the? Ain't nobody gonna fucking remember animals and shit. Why? What's the what's the point of it?
It's just for our files.
Yeah, it's so we don't
We give
name
people
drop you in
code
public.
names.
Operation Bald Eagle.
Yeah, exactly.
How about
Case
Operation
file.
Dumbfuck?
I was gonna say case file and then the number,
No,
and then
no,
you would
no.
have known how many case files we had. I would have leaked like a motherfucker. Not saying we have any case
Operation
files.
Dumbfuck fully describes the ex-sheriff.
Read.
We were talking about him, how he went down. Poor guy. He got fired by the people he went out of his way to protect. The people he fought tooth and nail to protect. In that
But
department,
it's simply
he fell on a
poetic.
blade
I stabbed
for them,
him in
and
the
then
front. They stabbed him in the back.
Et tus brutus, or whatever the fuck. that is.
Wait,
Et tu, brute.
Et tu brute. Hey,
So
they
you,
got Toga Tuesday. I guess you did one Toga Tuesday, at least.
did you end up doing a Toga
True.
Tuesday?
No, you never did a fucking single.
No, I
Toga
was
Oh,
indicted
Jesus.
and I said fuck it.
He just skipped. He skipped out on. Skipped out on.
Hey, so
Skipped out
right,
on everything.
so it almost sounds like. Do you have any information on it? Do you know what happened?
As you know, the police high command. They don't like to talk. I made a few passes. I questioned a few people. So far, everybody I've spoke to is pleading ignorance. But one of them will tell me there will be a leak. There's always a leak. I just gotta keep pressing. One command member, one high command. That's all I need, because they all know. They all know.
I can probably get Richard Dark to tell me.
He's not gonna tell you.
Ah, bullshit.
Here's the thing. Carmine, do you not remember I was there when you pressed Turner and Peters?
Oh yeah, you like how I did that?
Not really, because it implies that's all you did. That was
No, it
the
does not. No, I do know
culmination of
some
your effort
facts.
behind this case.
I know some facts. I know he didn't get fired for rights violations against the gang. or like a huge criminal group, or it wasn't something. Whatever he did to get fired, it wasn't done in the open. It was something behind the scenes, something they can cover up. Otherwise, people would have caught whiff of it. Nobody knows.
We'll find a leaky cop and talk to him. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
We can find out everything.
That's my current.
Probably have it
synopsis.
for you after the storm.
Okay, fantastic. There's another thing I want you to kind of mildly look into. And I'm going to give you a high level of what happened. I've been hands off with the court center last, I want to say since the start of this term, right?
5 months.
5 months what?
Nothing.
No, you've been hands off, you dumb fuck. The place has been operating pretty fucking well.
I wouldn't have been hands off if you were on my ass like a boss should be.
I'm sorry, what the fuck did you slurp up?
Carmine, go to the court center. Carmine, do your job. I don't get any of that.
Because I don't treat...
Because you were breathing down my neck. Huh?
No, I'm not going to breathe down your neck because you're a fucking adult. I'm not going to change your diapers. I'm not going to tell you to brush your teeth. I'm not going to tell you to wipe your dick after whatever you fucking do before you go to bed. All right? I'm not your fucking parents. All right? If you're not able to function as a fucking normal human being, that's on you. I'll tell you what to do. You either do it or you don't do it. And that's why you're fired. But it's not about you right now.
Fired me. You fired me.
You've literally been fired for some time. Have you tried clocking in?
No.
I'm all you got, Carbine. You're fucking stuck with me.
I'm on an
You're
island
fucking
now.
stuck with me. I should lower your fucking percentage now. You ain't got no other options. You're all mine, Carmine. You're all mine.
Oh, God.
All right. So anyways, I noticed some, like, I started getting a lot of phone calls about,
you want us to take notes on this? You want us to take notes on the conversation? Or
if you'd like. If you'd like.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll note take.
I started getting some, like, phone calls in regards to MOPEC. People weren't able to get materials. And in the event you don't know, MOPEC is a subsidy service in which we buy materials and sell them back at a lower cost to mechanic shops directly. Intent is mechanic shops get up to like 10K materials a week, right? Which isn't a lot, but it's enough to like ensure that if there ever was a shortage, like they should be at least bare minimum able to operate. Fix PD cars, civilian cars, whatever. Been running for almost a year now. But all of a sudden, I'm getting these phone calls where, like, mechanics are like, man, MOPEC isn't running anymore. We can't get this. We can't get that. So I'm like, okay, that's fucking strange. I start looking into it, and a couple problems take place. Number one is one particular civilian apparently had purchased up about, like, 49% of it, right? And that has since been resolved. It was one of...
Wait, 49% of stock or like
49% of like materials in the last like month or 2 months of all materials coming out of the court center, right?
Oh God.
Yeah, so which doesn't add up, right? Like how the fuck is one guy getting tens of thousands of material? And so when I looked into it deeper, it was because people weren't going. People didn't know it existed. It wasn't being advertised. That's when I got a call from Martha a couple days later, frustrated with Mr. Bruce Baylor, manager of the mechanic side of the court center. I hired him because his reputation was in the mud. He told me he turned his life around, no longer was scamming people. I'm always going to give people a second shot. And in the case of someone like Carmine, maybe 10, 12. I'm going to cut to the chase here. We started looking through the books. Bruce Baylor, that dumb fucking cunt. After all the fucking crying and weeping and desiring of a second chance, this guy actively was selling parts to the court center as a manager with a bonus to himself, and would days later buy it back with a discount, thus yielding him a...
God.
Yeah. He was then actively not changing the buy and sell prices, which was his job. He was not actively reducing the amount of volume the court center needed to buy, and thus selling all his trash to the court center and just profiting. And when he got bored is when he went and started telling Martha how to do her job. This man has probably scammed a couple $1 million out of the court center. But here's the thing. It's not about the fucking money. It's about the fact that this guy literally just shit all over what was his responsibility to drive more civilian traffic to that place. I do not... the level of grossness I feel out of this, I would not have in a million years imagined someone doing something like that, quite frankly, right? This scamming, there's another thing to go into a fucking orphanage and steal food. Once confronted, this guy fully crashed out. Because quite frankly, any excuse for how and why he did these things, it would take a less special level of challenge. I want his business destroyed. He owes each and every person in San Andreas probably a paycheck, and we all know that's not going to happen. So I want to know who he does business with, what he's doing, what everything about that man. I want his life fucking destroyed.
So let me ask you something. All right. It's just us in here, okay? Look. You want us to basically dig up intel, find out who he's working with, right?
Correct.
Okay, well...
Who's he buying bet from? Who are his primary sales to? Who are his business partners?
Here's the thing. Can I tell you something privately that stays between us?
Yeah, let me let these two out.
This isn't... And,
Carmine?
All right. Can you let us into the Oval Office?
No, you can go step the fuck outside. You can guard the door, Carmine. It's a good little bitch.
don't worry, you'll be right back in. All right, look. I tell you this, you don't tell anyone else it. Not even your most trusted people. Okay?
Mm.
All right, first off, I assume this job's going to pay, and it's going to pay me pretty decent, right?
We should discuss a number up front. Depends on what's coming in. Depends on what you can get.
I can get literally everything you want and things that you didn't even know. That's why I'm going to present a little article of what I've managed to dig up on a bunch of people, because that's really all we do now. All right, but you are not to speak of this to anybody.
So let me stop by giving you background, right? This conversation was, I was hoping would happen back on Friday. I have, a lot of people already know what Bruce did, as they should, right? Because there needs to be his reputation loss. But at the same time, the same people I've spoken to, everyone is collectively pissed. Miguel got into that same business because of Bruce, as did Dildo, etc., etc. So there's a lot of plausible deniability. I also have...
you probably want to know who he might be working with.
He works for Cyprus.
No. I have something that you don't know.
Okay.
All right. Bruce Baylor, all right, may have ties to a previous group of disgruntled justices who have been going around town trying to buy up properties from people.
What?
Yeah. Now, I don't want you to say anything about this because I'm still looking into it. But Bruce Baylor might have business ties with these particular people. Now, I haven't heard outright from anybody, but it was heavily implied that there's a relationship there. All right? Heavily implied that they might be cooking in the same kitchen, especially with a new property that Bruce Baylor acquired down by the pier, probably one of the best properties in the city. He's already been offered millions and millions of dollars for it by those justices. He was offered $5 million.
Millions and millions of dollars?
Millions and millions of dollars this property is worth, because that's how much it was offered. Got it from Marlowe at a steal. Likes the house, decides to keep it because he has a decent amount of income, apparently from all the fucking embezzling he's been doing from your Mopac stuff.
Court Center.
Yeah. Well, Court Center and Mopac, isn't it kind of tied to the same
kind
thing?
of. Yeah,
right?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so this stays between me and you for now until I can confirm. There's no point in talking about something publicly or with anyone else that's going to let that information loose. There's no point in it.
To make my fucking
Give
blood
me
boil.
some time to do a little bit more digging here. All right, I'll have something for you.
Okay. Okay, that's good. I'll keep this particular thing to myself.
Promise me you do, because if word
listen,
of this
look at me.
gets out,
Look at me. How long have you known me for?
a long time. Yeah, I trust you. All right?
Yeah. Fred, I offered Princess $5 million to take him. I wanted to pass legislation to keep him up there.
You're going to exile him.
Yes.
You told me I couldn't do that.
I don't give a fuck. It's going to happen. I cannot express how gross this was. He pissed off Martha. He drove every civilian out of the court center. He did it off their back. For what? For what?
Funny, obviously. For a brand new house that he bought from Marlowe a few weeks ago. It's got the best view in the city, I'm not gonna lie. It is a nice view.
I have some people working them as well. As I can't disclose their names. They
yeah, I don't expect you to.
They will also be tracking where he is, what he's doing, what vehicles he's got parked at his different properties, what properties he has access to, what he's likely bringing in and bringing out. That man will be destroyed. And all he had to do was apologize. But you know the thing about people who can't at least recognize what they've done? At least you can sit there and be like, I fucking bought that fucking, that fucking, whatever the fuck it's called, the fucking rocket pack or whatever the fuck, right? Like you can at least look at that and be like, I did that shit. You know what I mean? This is the kind of scumbag that is so fucking deep in the fucking shit that he doesn't even realize how nasty he's become. And a man like that cannot be walking the street.
Okay. I mean, listen, if you want me to grab him up, you want me to do whatever, all you got to do is say the fucking word.
I want to do what I did to Murphy 15, 20 years ago. I walked up to him one day after he had fucked with Coop. And I told him, I'm not going to hurt you today. Every time someone pulls up to your vehicle, I want you thinking today's the day. But it probably won't be. But it'll be one of these days. And when that day comes, it's going to fucking hurt.
Did you tip off the marshals about any of this stuff? Or are you keeping it under wraps?
No. This is going to be very fucking out there.
Okay, because the marshals could probably look into a bunch of stuff for you. And
they've been non-existent for 2 weeks.
Yeah, I talked to Marshal Gunner today. He assured me that they have so much work going on, but I don't see it.
There's always that possibility, but like I haven't seen Barrett, and Doc is God knows
Where
what.
has Barrett been?
He's been dealing with some things. But I think he's been handling some things out of the city. But then there's also they're all waiting for a direction, that kind of thing. But
yeah, I decided not to wait. So
I think you did the right decision here, to be honest.
yeah,
You remember when you told me a long time ago, every fucking segment of every silo of government has been fucked. The reality is
everything.
Every fucking war that we've won, right? We're in a good spot. But the thing is, there's been so much damage, it's almost irreversible.
It's because there's so much yellow tape now because there's been so much damage. You know what I mean? There's so many checks and balances that are unnecessary. It's just, the system can't thrive in this current environment.
I sit back, I fucking deal with writing legislation like what feels like 30 hours a fucking week. There, Pred. Very few others other than myself and Michael are even lifting a goddamn finger.
Want to get Carmine and them back in here? Yeah, I mean, I get it.
Let's go to the little pier. It's a nice little spot. Sun's up.
Hey, let's go down to the pier.
Well, I got a call from someone.
You want to speak up?
Oh, sorry. Why are we going to the end of the pier? Am I gonna get killed? Am I a loose end?
Carmine, you're not
now,
worth enough to
Carmine.
get rid of.
And I'm going to kill you.
This is where Bass and Brian Knight blooded in Tommy Tinker, and then they gaslit him after. It was real fucked.
I think you have very poor memory because I don't remember reading that in any article.
Yeah, because it was in public.
Oh, my man Villager's ready.
Fred, put that away.
What the fuck is that over there? Someone's parachuting. What the hell's going on over there?
Where?
Wait,
Over there. Don't you see that? Like, what is that? It's like a platform over there.
Oh, it's there's a race today.
Oh, that's today.
Yeah, it's like I'm guessing it's like a triathlon, boat, airplane, parachute, etc. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Cypress thing we
Yeah, we gotta
heard
do
about.
it. Yeah, we're supposed to do it. I forgot. I've already paid my fee. Have you paid your fee?
Nope, I was hoping you cover it for me.
What do you
Look, I
mean?
won you a bunch of money.